I'm here with Don Theisen today. Don, can you tell us what your position is with the county?
I am the Washington County Public Works Director.
And what sort of work does that position involve?
Public Works at Washington County involves anything related to transportation, highways and transit, bike trails, all the parks, and all the county facilities, along with land use and zoning.
And what sort of developments are upcoming with the county?
Well, what's upcoming is the completion of the Forest Lake Broadway Avenue mega project. That project should be wrapped up by the end of summer. And this week, in fact, we placed the last pedestrian bridge over County Road 83. That should be open by the end of summer also. So that'll be the end of 3 years of construction up there in the Broadway Avenue area. At about 3-4 years ago, we just opened up the new library in town at the Headwaters Service Center. And back in 2009, we opened up Big Marine Park. So those are projects that have been recently completed. In the future, you're going to see us now starting to work with MnDOT on improving Highway 97, especially right by the high school. You have those two traffic signals there that are, and those intersections that are at crazy angles and are really unsafe and having a lot of bad crashes. And the plan right now is to construct 2 roundabouts there, which will be a lot safer, and traffic should move through there much better after that.
What sort of considerations does the Public Works Department take when protecting the environment?
Well, actually, when we work on our projects, we like to think that after the projects are complete that the environment is improved. For instance, up on Broadway Avenue, the old compost site there is now a stormwater treatment pond. So all the water from that project is being treated before it's released into the ditch that goes to Comfort Lake. But we certainly look at the natural environment, protecting it if we can, improving it wherever we can, but also the environment for people. Our projects, when they're done, make a corridor much safer. Broadway Avenue was the highest crash rate roadway in not only Washington County, it was one of the worst in Minnesota. And when this project's done, that'll be a lot safer road. It already is a lot safer road now to drive along.
And how do you face challenges of projected increased traffic?
What we do is we look at what is the projected increase in the traffic, and we try to balance then what we need to build with other factors. For instance, going back to Broadway Avenue, even though we know traffic's going to increase up there, there's no way you could build a 3rd lane up there with the businesses on both sides of the road. So one of the things that project did is improved County Road 83 by building a new bridge over the freeway, so people have an alternative route and don't have to use Broadway Avenue. So it's not only improving the road that we're working on, but it may be improving the other routes to try to relieve that congestion. But it really is balancing a lot of things. We just can't go out there and widen roads. You just can't widen roads, and that's not the only solution out there. You have to look at other options.
All right, and how would you design infrastructure for the county if there weren't any legal limits?
I don't think we would design it much different because most of what we do really is the socially right thing to do. 30, 40 years ago, filling wetlands was legally okay, but we know that's a bad idea. And really what we're trying to do in Washington County is protect the environment, preserve what people love about this place. And so whether there's a law there or not, I think how we would build things now would be very similar to what you see. And
what major goals does the county have for the future?
Well, the county has a 2030 comprehensive plan, and it's it's a large document. But short answer is there's the reason people move to Washington County is because it's a beautiful place to live and recreate and work. And really, the goal is to protect that, to protect the reason people move here. So our goals, that's one of our goals. The other goal is be very safe, have a safe infrastructure, safe environment, and we also money's not unlimited. And so we know that what we do has to be cost effective and make good, wise investments.
And what kind of considerations with development does the county have to take regarding zoning?
There's a lot of factors that go into zoning. It starts with a vision of how you want the county to develop or the area that you're talking about. And as an example, it wasn't that long ago in Forest Lake, there were no businesses on the west side of the freeway, but the city worked on a plan of how would you orderly grow as businesses came in that area. Another example is people don't want to see gas stations out in the rural area of the county, or a lot of commercial businesses. Those really belong in certain areas. An industrial park, for instance, siting industrial parks properly so that every place needs industrial parks, but you don't want those, for example, in the middle of a neighborhood. So it's starting with that vision of what you want your community to look like, and then putting in the different types of controls and standards that you would have, so developers know how they can develop the land.
And what kind of considerations and goals does the county have in making roads more pedestrian and bike friendly?
Every project we do, we look at all modes of travel, not only cars, buses, bikes, walkers, bicyclists, and find a way to try to accommodate all of those. Broadway Avenue never used to have a sidewalk on both sides of the road. In fact, there was no way to get across the bridge without going actually onto the road deck. That project's complete. There's a bike trail on both sides of the road. You'll be able to get across the bridge safely. So every project we do, we look at all the modes of travel and try to accommodate those.
All right. Thanks for talking with us today, Don.
No, you're welcome.